Mm-hmm. Well, it's like I told you, honey. Funerals over here are an awful less private than in California. You got a hell of a lot of people offering sympathy to the bereaved. I shook hands with more folk today that I'm sure I should have known. But I hadn't a clue who they were. And then you got a lot of spectators. You know, people who come just to be seen. Yeah, I suppose my presence created some interest. The way they say it in Ireland is, I wouldn't know I ever saw you before, which is rich. But I don't remember them anyway. Others don't think they age at all themselves. Well, honey, it's done and dusted now. We're left to ourselves at the end of it all. My brothers? Gee, some pair of these two. All that's missing around this place is men in white coats to give them medication 3 times daily. Of course, they think they're perfectly sane. Yeah? Well, you tell me. One guy who hasn't said more than one word for the past 25 years, and another who can only describe as having a shrine to video recording in the corner of the living room. Honey, these guys are as mad as a bag of frogs. They had a dog here one time. And you know how faithful a dog is. Well, this one left, bailed out, disappeared. Probably was afraid he was going to go as daft as this pair. The boys okay? Good. Well, honey, I don't think stays as long as decent here. There may be wills and that to sort out, but that is of no concern to me, so I'll leave them to it. A day or two, maybe. Oh, but I'll be home soon. Yeah, sure, baby. Yeah, missing you too. Yeah. Hey, give my guys a big hug from me. Yeah. Tell Shane I may miss his football practice this week, but I'll make it up to him next week. And needs in order to get there, tell him have mine. And ask Patrick to see if that motor for the cruiser came into stock in Walmart. Yeah. Call you in the morning. Yeah. Bye. Big turnout. Huh? Big funeral. A lot of people. More than I would have expected.
Yeah. He was a good man for going to funerals himself, as long as he was able.
Yeah?
I think he thought he was ahead of the posse at a funeral, like. He was still to be had, while another cowpoke had bit the dust.
In the States, funerals work the other way. They're not a lot more private, you know. You wouldn't go unless you felt you were invited.
Invited?
Yeah, you know, someone would say to you, Dad has passed on and I'd like you to come to the funeral.
Even to an Irish funeral?
I wouldn't know. There are no Irish where I live.
California, huh? I thought 2 of P.G. Henry's books were in California. Los Angeles. They're not in California.
Yes, it is. But I live in Sonora, in the Wine Valley. You wouldn't meet too many Irish in the Wine Valley. At least I wouldn't be looking for them.
Must be a mighty country, huh?
And compared to this, yes, it is.
What about Hollywood, huh?
Hollywood isn't America.
Of course it is. This is outside Los Angeles.
Yeah, physically, yes. What I mean is it's not real. It's dreamland. It could be anywhere. You know, very few films are actually made in Hollywood anymore.
Oh, I know. Sure, most of Clint Eastwood's are made in Italy or Spain. What's Sonora like?
Nice. Warm. Good civic pride.
Civic pride? What's that?
Well, it means you care for where they come from, where they live. They're minded. Make sure it's not destroyed.
Alright, we have plenty, you know, all through that for us here. We left them.
Yeah?
Aye. You don't have too much value on where you came from yourself, you never come back to
No,
it.
PJ! You know that wasn't done. I couldn't get sucked into whatever was going on here. And anyway, the option to leave was there for everyone.
I suppose.
Watch a lot of movies.
Huh?
You have some collection of videos.
Alright, there was an old video shop in the town there closing down, and he had hundreds of them out the back. I gave him a ton for the lot. We're getting through them.
Did you get good value?
Well, there's a few cowboys in it. Fair few carry-ons as well.
Carry-ons?
They're old English comedies. Good crack.
documentaries.
Documentaries?
Yeah, you know, National Geographic. They're very good, detailed, educational.
What about it?
Wildlife, you know.
Wildlife?
Yeah.
Well, we see enough wildlife around here now without having to look at it in the video. Where are you off to?
Graveyard.
For what?
Phil.
Sure, Flynn's men will do that, or the pet to do it.
Aye.
So what are you going for?
Just.
Look, your father is dead. We buried him this morning. Do you not know that?
Aye.
So what's with the one word now? Can you not talk right, like a Christian?
You haven't forgotten how to talk now, have you, Seamus?
No.
No, that's good. Will you take your time?
Aye.
When you're good and ready, you begin again, won't you?
Yeah.
When will that be?
Sometime.
When? What time?
Eventually.
Leave him be, Peter. If he doesn't want to expand, let him be.
That's the one out of me sight. Jeez, you're a twin for what's gone.
Right.
You could get your National Geographic to make a documentary on that piece of wildlife. Whiskey.
Why not? Seamus fairly traumatised by what happened.
Traumatised?
In shock, you know, whatever.
Hey, would you think now he'd be well out of it after 25 years? That's pure thickness.
I don't think so. I was speaking to a psychiatrist at a party one time, and I was telling old Seamus, and he told me it would take an experience of similar magnitude to make him talk again.
So what are you saying? That I should beat the shite out of him again?
No! It can be any kind of experience, any kind of danger that will affect him the same way.
And who told you this?
A psychiatrist.
I heard the master say one night that anyone wanted to talk to a psychiatrist, he'd want to have their head examined. He didn't know what's to become of that fella at all.
What do you mean? Come on.
Well, he can hardly stay here, can he? That wouldn't be fair.
Why not? It's his home, isn't it?
Yeah, but after.
After what?
Well, when the place is mine, and Mary and myself get married, sure, he'd have to go somewhere. Sure, it wouldn't be fair on Mary now to have him loafing about the place here, as much use as a one-legged man in an arse-kicking competition.
Is the place yours?
And who the hell else is going to get it? It's hardly going to be left to a fella that absconded in the middle of the night and never came back, or to another bollocks that won't talk to anyone beyond the one word, eh?
I suppose. Did he leave a will?
I did. So then in Mr. Burke's office. He was very particular about that kind of thing.
And when's it going to be opened and read?
He don't be doing that kind of thing till after the month's mind. And say, that's what the book is thinking too, huh? Oh, about the talk, like. He won't burst till after the month's mind.
And how long have yourself and Mary been engaged? I didn't know about that.
Engaged?
Yeah. When did you decide to get married? When did you propose?
Ah, Christ, no, there's nothing like that. No. It's just a kind of an understanding.
An understanding?
Yeah.
But how long have you been dating?
Dating?
Yeah, dating. Going out together?
God help your wit, man. Sure, isn't Mary up here 10 times a day, and me below as often? What need are we of dating?
But you have discussed marriage.
What do you mean?
But you have actually asked her to marry you, and she said yes.
And sure, what use would that be till we were in a position to do something about it? Christ, sure, it was like the usual suspects in this house. How could we marry you, and me here like Kobayashi, with Kaiser Sose about shouting in the bed, and Verbal Kint, the man with the plan, sulking in the other room this 25 years? Anyway, her mother's not too well either, and I suppose Now we'll have to wait for her to go to the worm factory.
I'm going to go up to see her this evening. I know she would have been at the funeral, but she wasn't so ill.
I'll hardly know her. She's fighting in the featherweight division now.
Truly great woman. I owe her a lot. We all owe her a lot.
Aye, a good neighbour. That's another reason I'd be glad Mary and myself would be here to keep things going, like. There's only a few of us left.
I didn't realise Corky had died. How long was he dead for?
Oh, for good.
You know what I mean.
Aye. About 12 months. He had a tough old session with it too. There's any bit of hard work he ever did in his life.
What did he die from?
Oh, the galloping gourmet.
What?
Cancer.
And who's the place now?
No one. She's for sale. The lads are in Manchester. The daughter is teaching in a multi-storey school in Carrick.
So Shamey's going to go.
He'll have to.
Go where?
Dunno. California.
I don't think Shamey would hack it in America.
Neither do I. Jamie is built more for comfort than for speed, eh?
Maybe he'll get married now as well.
One word.
Yeah, I can see it happening.
Well, there was much chance now of seeing shite coming out of a rocking horse.
And you're going to look after yourself all right, though.
Look, Yank, you can write that down in block capitals. I've lived in this place for 50 years, and what am I to show for it? Trying to squeeze a living out of the land, and every smart aleck in Dublin and Brussels telling you to give it back to the Snipe and the Fox. Putting up with two lunatics this 25 years, one of them madder than the other. Living in an asylum isn't a great place to be if you're trying to stay sane. It's an awful way to be when the only thing that's keeping you going is the thought of your father dying. Never had a day's luck in my life. If I bought a graveyard, people would stop dying. But I have the ball at my feet now, boy, and I'm going to make hay from here on in.
Did the old man know about you and Mary?
No, he wouldn't have approved. Kept trying to marry me off to a niece at Corky's.
Yeah?
She was nursing above in Dublin. I'm down here on the Prowl. Would you think now she'd get something for herself in Dublin? With all that's there, in all colours and creeds. Jesus, if you saw her, the tide wouldn't take her out.
Bad.
But she wouldn't be heading for Tralee in August, and that's for sure. Jesus, I had that to fend off as well as everything else. And you know what I was thinking last night? Do you know what I had to show for nearly 50 years in this earth? What recognition I got? A county junior football medal and a medal for Shannon singing and the county flag. You know what? Huh? They're both runners-up medals. So I decided now I'm finished with being runner-up. When the will is done and the time is right, I'll sit down with Mary and I'll say and do whatever has to be said and done to marry her. One working up the road, and I don't give two fucks what happens to him. He can ride off into the sunset, like Shane in the movie, for all I care, because I'm going into the winner's enclosure in the end, eh? So you see, I watch the kettle does boil, and there'll be no more runners-up medals for PJ.
Fair enough.
Will I fill that again?
Oh, just top up. You know, the last time I drank a Powers whiskey was the night before I left, 25 years ago, down in Mary's.